is my list for the top 5 tag teams of all time.
Yo, it's me, the one AJ, and here are my top 5 tag teams.
And we're going to put my favourite tag teams on here.
Rushmore, that's one of tag teams.
Top 5 tag teams of all time.
The third in the trio of people that made a certain match with tables, ladders, and chairs very special, and that is Edge and Christian. Now, these guys not only were they great in the ring, but they were hilarious as well. I mean, for the benefit of flash photography, the antics they used to get up to, like, and how they would sneak out with the win, like so many times when you thought, how did they get the win? But that's just a testament to their greatness. And then, like, it speaks volumes when, out of all the people I've listed, like, those two probably went on to have the best, like, singles careers out of everyone. The argument could be set for Jeff Hardy, yeah, but Edge by far and away went on to have the greatest career out of all of them. So it's a testament to the greatness of him. It's a testament to the greatness of that team.
Number 1 is the tag team that has really done it absolutely everywhere that they've stepped in. It's the Dudley Boys. You know, you go to Impact, you go to New Japan, you go to WWE, you go to ECW. They've held tag gold everywhere. They are that tag team. It's just who they are. And again, LOD is the tag team that I always look for, their dream match, and that's the only thing I hold against the WWE. They gave Hurricane, Kane, and the Hurricane against the LOD as opposed to the Dudley Boys, which would have been one of the biggest matches in the history of tag team wrestling. And to me, the Dudleys just have that energy of being tag gold. And like, if they were still in their heyday, I believe we would have seen them in AEW and they would have still done what they've done. And I know this feels like a very WWE list, and I apologize for that, but these are the tag teams that I'm most familiar with. And because of the inspirations of guys like the Bucks and what have you that they've had from the Hardys and what they've probably seen in TLC, even down to the Usos and other tag teams along the way, there are many greats. I could have done Filthy Animals. I'm coming up to an end, so I'm going to rush it. But yeah, that's my top 5 tag teams.
From that, my number 1 is a strange team because they have no tag team name, but it's Edge and Christian. Just the 5-second pose. And not just the fact that they were a great tag team, I know it should just be about the teamwork, but they broke off and became so good single star, and they could come back together and be like, right now everyone's waiting to hoping to see Edge and Christian again. Just watching them together would be amazing, but on their own they're amazing. It's just, what a team. The concerto, what accent was that? I don't know. Right, the concerto move. Every ladder tables chair match they won. Every ladder match they win. They're the chair people and they keep winning the ladder matches. Don't matter. Just gotta love Edge and Christian. I know I've skipped a lot of people off my list, but hey, it's only 5 people. My number 1, Edge and Christian.
Legion of Doom, purely because, you know, legendary tag team, and wrestled in multiple divisions, Japanese wrestling, WCW, WWE. So yeah, I would say the 5th would be Legion of Doom, and that's the 5.
Now let's do 3 for the price of 1, because instantly someone says to me, best tag teams ever, there are 3 teams that come to mind: Edge and Christian, the Dudleys, and the Hardy Boys. You cannot talk about tag team wrestling for me without talking about these 3 teams. And these 3 teams, you know, as the Dudleys said during their Hall of Fame acceptance speech, these 3 teams were symbiotic. They needed each other. Now, what was great about the tag team wrestling in WWE in that time is that it wasn't just these 3 teams playing, you know, hot potato hopscotch with each other. There were other teams as well. You know, you still had X-Pac and Road Dogg were still kicking about together. You Tested Albert were kicking about, and you Right to Censor were kicking about. There were other tag teams about, but there was these 3 who were really just changing the tag team game. And they're responsible for being in my favorite match of all time, which is the original TLC match at SummerSlam 2000, also my favorite pay-per-view of all time. But yeah, that match, yes, it's just a spot fest and a stunt show. Changed wrestling. Absolutely changed wrestling for the better, in my opinion. And it wasn't that one team was outshining the other. I think I may be wrong in this, but I think the Dudleys have had the most title reigns out of all of them. Maybe wrong. It's definitely not the Hardys, which is ironic because the Hardys are actually if I had to, gun to the head, pick one between those three, I'd pick the Hardys. But you cannot talk about a top five and not instantly put these three in my opinion.